Hey everyone, it's your boy Matt. This is just a personal update. Now, I have ADHD. I have gotten very good at managing it, but I can't use the tools that I previously used to manage it. If you have ADHD, you need to get really good at calendars, really good at time management, and really good at prompts. So, previously, I'd have two big corkboards up, and every time I had a document or something, I would pin it to the corkboard, and that way I knew to do it. Okay? I would use my calendar to organize my time, and every time something would come up, it would go immediately in that Google Calendar. And at the same time, I had Google Keep, which I was using as a means of keeping track of different things. And I have all these different categories and sorted, and I had an amazing, well working filing system. What happened is that I was then bastardized by the Australian Signals Directorate, and what happened is that I was no longer able to use these things. My calendar now becomes a source of intelligence which allows them to decide when they're going to fuck with me. My notes, including my journals and my plans and all my categorizations, then becomes a stack of information, both telling them about myself, and now, even worse, now that my phone is streamed, I can't use any of these things either. What is the what is happening to me is so cruel. It's happened to a person with ADHD, and it has been debilitating. Um, and that's the problem. And because I don't have any legal rights, I don't have access to a lawyer or procedural fairness of any kind. I don't get a day in court. I don't get a means of having this situation resolved. I'm in this situation where my disability, which is ADHD, because it is disabling, it's usually best not. It's only disabling when you're not able to use the tools which fix it. When I have my systems running, there's no problem, and I tend to outperform most people in tasks. I tend to be better at things because I've studied processes and procedures quite deeply and gotten very good at developing good processes and procedures. The problem is that all the behavioral cues, all the systems I've developed, I can no longer apply because I'm being watched like this. And it is debilitating. And that's what's happening. And then they're like, why aren't you getting up? Why aren't you getting on with your life? Well, you've stopped it. You've fucking stopped me from being able to do the things which allow me to get around my disability. It's like taking a walking stick away from a person or stealing someone's wheelchair. That's what's happened. And the result is I can't do anything. I can't really plan my weeks and days because it's now a hit list, and it's just terrible. And for any person, this would be a bad experience. But because I have ADHD, it's horrific. And it means it's kind of the end of a lot of things because of it until the situation is disclosed to me and I'm able to move on to the next stage of my life. I don't know, I haven't been told what con or scam I'm running. I haven't been told what I'm doing illegally. I'm just, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just a bastard, and I just serve a function to be people's thing to kick and torment and torture. And it's senseless, and there is an escape, and that's going to be something which I never forget about. Um, it's a bad situation to be in, and the it's completely unjustified, and it's being done by sadists, and that's the end of the story. And I will not be able to get on with my life and be able to implement the things to get around my disability until my screens are no longer streamed and I'm able to carry on with my life. and be able to address my disability. It's what has been done is the equivalent of taking a wheelchair away from a person in a prison. And then letting them just linger on the ground and crawl, and that's what's happening.